Akai MPC Live 2. I got my Live 2. I got some drums that I'm loading up from my the Crates pack, my new pack that I just released, and in Gumroad you could get that. And we're going to make a beat from start to finish with just one shots. What's going on, guys? It's your brother OTG. The OTG's for Overtime Grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. And today I'm in the Akai MPC Live 2. Akai MPC Live 2. We're going to make a boom bap beat. You know, I'm going to make this project file available for the Patreon. So you sign up at the Patreon for $1. You can have access to this whole project file. It'll have 2 sequences, 2 drum kits that I made, and all the samples that are available. So that'd be like 32 samples. You could get the whole shebang over there for $1. It's in the description. Also, all of these sounds, if you want all of these sounds, they're in the Crates new pack that I dropped on my Gumroad. You can find that in the description as well. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that way you can be alerted of new videos just like this one. So yeah, we're here, guys, and I got some samples loaded up. You know, I got the kicks, I got the snares, hi-hats, samples, bass. I already picked through all that stuff, and I'm just going to make a beat, man. You know, sometimes I feel like we've gotten away from the music, and one thing I like to do with my channel is I feel like by uploading regularly, that's why you should subscribe, by uploading regularly, you know, what you guys could see is just how to practice. Sometimes people ask me all the time, well, when you say practice, what does that mean? A lot of this is practice, or time in between sessions, time in between with my children, time when I'm doing certain things. And that time is where I start to really learn how to work through and make a lot of beats. So, you know, right now I got my pad set on my sample to note on. If you watch my last video, you can see that, and I'll show you how to set that. It's really easy. It's right in Program Edit. But, you know, I have all this stuff on my channel. Right now I'm going to double this out to 8 bars, and we're going to go ahead and play our sample on top of it. You know, I like to mix my pads between note on and note off, or one shot mode. You know, I do that for my bass as well. It's something that I utilize to emulate my SP404 and the gate mode. I think it's very important to dig inside of your MPC and just really kind of learn all of the features, you know, especially with all the conversation that's going on in the MPC world. For a lot of you guys that are new, I know you don't have an understanding, so a lot of you are wondering about the sound and things of that nature, but there's some key things that you need to understand first. You know, before you get to an endpoint with the sound, you need to understand just how your machine works, you know, and what sound that you're trying to achieve. And then, you know, you can buy outboard gear and all kinds of things to make it sound better. Or you can understand your process and know that most of your beats are going to leave out of your MPC and go somewhere. So for me, you know, if you watch my channel, a lot of things I do in Ableton Live. I also talk about a lot of how I route my sound and how I run my sound to the computer. Right here, I want to show you guys a little trick. You know, you could go right over to the sample edit and just turn the pitch down totally on the kick, and then affect it on your 16 levels. It's something that you can do from Program Edit, but for some reason, I like to do it from Sample Edit. I would drop a little bit of a higher tier tip, but I think you guys need to get used to the basics first, and you can get that in the masterclass. There are 3 levels of the masterclass as well. There's the first one for $777, which is just all of the videos that I had pertaining towards the MPC, broken up into different parts. The second is a mid-level that comes with a couple of sounds. And the third level, $35, it comes with all of the sounds that I have available, my personal sound packs, personal expansions, and all of the videos. Everything comes with lifetime updates. Alright, so now I have this bass. I think one of the biggest misconceptions before I go into the bass is that people feel like you can't get it done on the pads. You know, I think that not every answer just hops out of the box and slaps you in your face. You get what I'm saying? I think sometimes you gotta go dig for the answer. And I think people forget that these machines are also standalone. So every time you see me use my MPC, you see me use it in standalone. I have a couple tutorials from last year where I show you how to utilize the software and do some things, but I operate mostly out of standalone. There's a bunch of reasons for why. The main reason is because I just like to do everything inside of the box, whether it's a computer or not a computer, whatever you feel about it. For me, I personally feel like I like having an actual space that I'm looking into that's dedicated to my music creating process. And, you know, there's some ways that it works in different ways. Rap isn't the only genre that is made on the MPC. There's a bunch of people who make house music, R&B, you know, there's rock music, there's people who use it for live looping, all types of things. So, you know, the methodology of how to get things done, there's a bunch of different methods, and you can, once you get good at using your MPC, you can switch in between and kind of mold your own method together to get the sound and do things that you want. So right now, we're going to do a little work on the sample. You know, I like how it sounds, but I want to add some effects, and I'll probably mess with the attack on it. I'm going to do a breakdown of what the different pads do, so make sure you subscribe and sample edit mode. One of the things that I've learned from watching a bunch of different people talk in a bunch of different channels is that people don't thoroughly know what the MPC does. So when you're in sample mode, they don't know why the pads light up, things of that nature. So, you know, we're going to do a step-by-step, and we'll cover the step-by-step. I plan on having it done this year, so you can have a step-by-step, thorough, piece-by-piece breakdown of the MPC, and then you can also know all the different ways and see it in action as we make the beat. So another tip is when adding on effects, just always look for the mix button first, or wet dry. Mix or wet dry. You can turn the mix or the wet dry knob, turn it down, and that will take some of the effect off, and you will just hear a mix of the effect or a mixture of the wet or the dry. So dry is with no effect, wet is with all the effects. So for example, we listening to this scratch effect, a scratch, one shot. You know, I might want to add a delay to it or add something to it, but I want it to be subtle. So the quickest way, without digging through a bunch of parameters, or to help you safely move through the parameters, is to utilize the dry wet knob first. Alright? And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to get that audio right. This is from the program edit, and now we're going to go to envelopes, and we're going to take off some of the beginning of that scratch. See, so we can hear it when it starts. We can hear it when it's all the way in. And then we're going to find our space that we like. If I wasn't on video or trying to shoot this in a proper amount of time, you know, I would show you different settings. And probably spend a little bit more time crafting it to the way that I like. That's why I say sometimes I like to just show you guys how to get in and how to get out, because I think a lot of times you guys overthink the beats. You start overthinking and spending hours looking for samples, spend way too much time trying to get one sound perfect. You know, lay down the foundations and then come back and spend time when you have time. That's a great tip right there. You know, lay down the foundation and spend time when you got time. You know, you're not in a rush and you're not in a race, you know, but you don't want to be a perfectionist, because being a perfectionist is the brother of procrastination, you know. And so you don't want to procrastinate and then call it perfection. You know, at some point you need to just work through and also be decisive. You know, when I work with artists and I work with a lot of different producers and just people in general, one of the biggest problems that I notice that a lot of people have is that they have a hard time being decisive, especially in the world now where, you know, it can be called anxiety and, you know, a bunch of different things. And I'm not saying that that's, anyway, you get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make a general statement. What I'm saying is production can help you in a lot of ways in life and sharpen your swords for how you handle things in life. And, you know, some of the decisions that you have to make will carry on into your other life. Like, one, being decisive. You know, stop being the guy or the person who says, I don't know, whatever you want to eat, whatever you want to do, make a decision. That's kind of how guys are with their beats. So, you know, key tips for today: be decisive. Check out if you like these sounds and you want to check them out, you know, you can get them down in the description. It's a new pack that I dropped called The Crates. Comes with over 5 gigabytes of sounds and loops styled in the way of DJ Premier. You can get the project files of this actual beat that I'm creating and another one that I did earlier. You could get that and from the Patreon, and, you know, you can get the tools and the tips and the tricks right here. But if you want to get the masterclass, you can get that too. So inshallah, you found this helpful. Be decisive. You know, put some time in. Practice your one shots and different things, and don't be a procrastinator. That's the tips for today. Hopefully you guys like this video. Like, share, subscribe, comment. It's your brother OTG. 365 OTG. It's going down over there. You guys are missing out.